Well, good morning. Welcome to practice. So, if you're not already in a comfortable seat, go ahead and bring yourself into a comfortable seat. And then we'll allow the eyes to close, begin to guide the attention inside the body. Start to check in with how you feel today. Do you have a lot of energy? Are you pretty tired? Depending on the time of day when you're practicing, maybe you've already done a little bit of movement. And then just take a few slightly deeper breaths in and out through the nose as you begin to land not only into awareness of how your body feels, but where your mind is at. Are there any emotions that are present for you today? And then we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. And just begin to reach up through one hand and up through the other side, left and right a few times. Just giving a little tug on your fingers as you lengthen up through each arm, sensing down each side of the body. All right, let your hands separate. Take them behind your back. Interlace the fingers there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Begin to open up across the chest and begin to turn your head from side to side. All right, and then reach the chin up toward the ceiling and drop it down toward your chest. Again, lifting up and dropping down. Once more lifting and dropping. All right, as you bring your head back up to center, release the hands, and then we'll take the right hand down to the floor and just walk it out a little bit. And so as you lean into that right hand, take your left hand to your left shoulder and start to rotate. So the elbow draws a big circle in space. All right, change directions. All right, and then sweep your left arm up alongside your head. Reaching with that left hand, begin to squeeze and release the fingers a few times, as well as rotate through the wrist. All right, with your next inhale, lift up. And exhale the left hand down to the floor. Walk it out a little bit. Same thing. Now, right hand to the right shoulder and start to rotate. A couple of times in one direction. And a couple of times the opposite way. All right, sweep your right arm up alongside your head. Reaching with your right hand, squeeze and release the fingers, as well as rotate through the wrist. All right, another inhale lifts you up. And exhale, release your hand. All right, shift onto hands and knees. As you bring yourself onto hands and knees, we'll take the hands roughly underneath the shoulders and take the knees close together. And then we'll lift the left knee up and out to the side and then start to rotate through your left hip. So left knee is drawing a big circle in space. Let your arms be straight here and let the movement really be coming from your hip. So try to keep your torso relatively still. Some movement will happen, but relatively still. And then change directions. Same leg. All right, the next time that you inhale, reach your left foot back. Exhale the left knee into the chest and round your back. Again, inhale, left leg back. Exhale, knee into the chest. And one more inhale back. And exhale, knee into the chest. Now take your left leg back up and out to the side, but step the foot out to the side. All right, and then walk your hands in. Take your left hand to your left leg and take the right arm up alongside the head. All right, one more deep breath. And now as you lift up, step your left foot forward into a lunge. Take the right hand down to the floor. Scoot your right knee back a little bit. Left hand to left thigh as you start to twist the torso towards your left leg. Now, your choice if you want to keep your back knee down or tuck the toes under and lift the knee. And we'll take 3 breaths. All right, after your 3rd breath, come back to hands and knees. And then once you get there, we'll tuck our toes under, lifting the knees, take the hips up into the air. As we come into this first downward facing dog, bend one knee, let your opposite leg straighten a little bit, switching back and forth. Just sensing into the backs of the legs, your ankles, your feet. All right, take a deep breath in as you rock forward into plank pose, taking your shoulders over your wrists, lengthening from head to feet. And then as you exhale, press back into downward dog. All right, release down to your knees. And again, take your knees close together. Lift your right knee up and out to the side. Start to rotate through your hip. Again, let your arms be straight here and let the movement mostly come from your hip rather than movements of the torso specifically. All right, change directions. All right, with your next inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale the right knee into the chest, rounding the back. Again, inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee into the chest. And one more inhale back. And exhale, knee into the chest. As you take your right leg up and out to the side, go ahead and step the foot all the way out to the side. Walk your hands in, lifting your torso up. Take your right hand down to your right leg, and then sweep the left arm up alongside the head, side bending to the right. All right, and then as you lift up, step your right foot forward into a lunge. Take your left hand down to the floor. Scoot your left knee back just a little bit so you find a nice long lunge, one that feels comfortable in your body. And then right hand to right thigh as you start to slowly twist toward your right leg. Again, your choice if you want to keep that left knee down or tuck the toes, lift the knee. And we'll take 3 deep breaths. All right, after your 3rd breath, make your way back to hands and knees. Once you get there, again, we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, take the hips up into the air, finding downward facing dog. All right, twice to plank this time. Inhale, rock forward, finding your plank pose, lengthen head to feet. Exhale back to downward dog. All right, one more time. Breathing in, shift forward, find your plank. Exhale, shift back. All right, now we'll walk our hands and feet together. Take all the weight into your feet as you come into your forward fold. You may wish to step your feet a little wider than your hips here, especially if you feel like the backs of your legs are feeling kind of tight today, or if they're usually fairly tight. You might even have a little bend in your knees as you release the weight of the torso forward. Maybe the belly comes to rest slightly on the thighs. Let the head hang heavy. Shake it yes and no. All right, now begin to walk your hands up the fronts of the legs, rising to stand. As we come to stand, we'll shrug the shoulders up, take them back and down, again shrugging up and back and down, and then once more up and back and down. All right, step your left foot forward, step your right foot back, just a couple of feet or so between your feet, but you're still generally facing the front of your mat with the front of your body. And then we'll bring the palms together to touch. So fingers reaching forward. Now, in a moment, we'll start to twist to the left, but just start with awareness of your palms touching each other and the soles of the feet touching the floor that you're on. Maybe a sticky mat if you're standing on one. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, twist to your left, left arm out and back. Again, inhale the palms back together, filling the body up with breath, and then exhale, twist to the left. All right, one more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, turn both palms up. Inhale, reach up. Turn the torso over to the right. Exhale, lower your arms down. Turn the torso back to the left. Inhale, reach up. Turning back to the right. Exhale, lower the arms. So it should kind of feel like you're making a snow angel, but twisting in the middle of it. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. A couple more breaths. All right, one more. All right, bring the palms together in front of the heart. Step forward. Take your feet about hip distance apart. As you inhale, push your hips back, reach your arms up, finding your chair pose. As you exhale, press through your heels, rise up and reach your arms back in space. So just reach them back as far as they can go. Again, inhale, find chair pose, hips back, arms up. Press through your heels, exhale, rise up, reach back. One more like that. Inhale, hips back, arms up. Exhale, press through your heels, rise up, reach back. All right, now keep your right foot forward. This time we'll step the left foot back. Similar stance to what we had before. So not the widest possible stance that your legs can do, but something where you feel a little bit of not quite instability, but not quite as steady as your feet close to each other. Take the arms forward. Palms come to touch. And again, in a moment, we'll twist to the right, but first sense the connection of your feet with the earth. Palms with each other. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you twist to the right. Right arm back. And inhale the palms together. Exhale, twist to the right. And one more, breathing in. And breathing out. Now let the palms turn up. Inhale, reach up. Turn the torso to your left. Exhale, lower your arms down. Turning back to the right as you inhale, reaching up. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right, arms up. Exhale to the left, arms lower. Couple more breaths. All right, one more like that. All right, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Step your left foot forward, feet about hip distance apart. Inhale, push your hips back, reach your arms up, finding chair pose. Exhale, press through your heels, rise up, reach back. Two more like that. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to stand, really press through your heels, reach back. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, now we'll do a standing breathing practice called breath of joy. So you can have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Going to have some softness in the knees, a little bit of buoyancy. And in this breathing practice, you'll breathe in 3 times through your nose. So 3 quick sniffs in through the nose, and then breathe out through your mouth. So 3 in, 1 out. And as you do this, you'll take your arms forward the first time you breathe in, out the second time you breathe in, and up the third time you breathe in. And then as you exhale, you'll bend your knees and sweep your arms back. Again, breathing out through the mouth. All right, so we'll do around 20 breaths in this way. Though honestly, I don't count. It's going to be in that neighborhood of 20. All right, so again, have some softness in your knees, and let's begin. Last one. And now pause, folded about halfway forward. You can rest your forearms on your thighs and just allow your breath to come back into an easy and unrestricted pace and volume. All right, gradually rise to stand. We'll do one more breathing practice from a standing position. So turn and step wide on your mat and then turn your toes out. Going to bend your knees and squat. And then take the arms out, doing a similar thing, elbows bent. Press your elbows back in space. So elbows are pressing back, knees are pressing back. So you're going to blow out your nose just like you're blowing your nose. And as you do that, you'll notice that your abdominals contract. So that's what we want to have happen. So you're blowing out the nose, belly contracts. And then as you breathe in, the belly relaxes. So you can go at a speed that works for you. I'm going to go at kind of a moderate pace, but you can go slower or faster as you wish. All right, take your attention to your belly and let's begin. And start to slow the breath down. Let your legs straighten. Let your arms release. Bring your feet parallel to each other. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and just pause for a few breaths, feeling the energy that you're made of. All right, now we'll step near the back of the mat. All right, as you come to the back of the mat, again, take your feet about hip distance apart. With your inhale, find one more chair pose, hips back, arms up. And then as you exhale, fold over your legs, walk out to downward dog. All right, as you release to your knees, take your left leg back in space, and then bring the ball of your left foot down to the floor. And then drop that left heel over to the right. Take your right hand a little further to the right so that your right hand and right knee are not sort of on the same plane. Otherwise, it'll feel like you're trying to balance on a tightrope here in a moment when we lift the left hand. So right hand a little further to the right. Now start to lean into your right hand, your right leg, and that left foot that's down on the floor. Take your left arm up into the air and then all the way up alongside your head. Finding a nice long opening on the left side of your body. All right, now take that left hand back up into the air. And then optionally, if you want a little bit more of a challenge to your balance, maybe lift your left leg up. One other option is to bend that left knee and catch the foot with your left hand. So these are just different ways to experience the balance. Left foot might still be on the floor. Wherever your left leg is, take 3 more breaths. All right, then release back to hands and knees. Sit back towards your feet, finding child's pose briefly here before we do the other side. All right, 3 breaths here. All right, and then as you're ready, rise back up onto hands and knees. We'll do that same pose on the second side. So this time, take your right leg back in space. Take the ball of the foot down to the floor. Drop your right heel over to the left. Take your left hand a smidge more to the left. Again, so it doesn't feel like you're balancing on a tightrope. Unless you just want that extra layer of challenge, you can have your left hand in a little bit if you want to. But lean into that left hand, left leg, and right foot, and then take your right arm up alongside your head. Sensing now the right side of the body from hand to foot. All right, then we'll change the balance a little bit by taking the right hand up into the air, perhaps also lifting your right leg up and or bending the knee and catching the foot with your right hand. All right, wherever you've decided to place your right leg, take 3 more breaths. And then after your third breath, come back to hands and knees. And this time we'll come onto our backs. And so as you come onto your back, hug your knees in toward your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. Rock a little side to side, massage your low back. All right, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Reach through for your left leg. Now, if as you're reaching through for that left leg, you can't quite grab around the shin, it's also fine to grab behind the knee. Or if grabbing the leg isn't as comfortable, you can just hold on to the right leg because the right leg is the one we're trying to invite sensation into anyway. So you could take one hand, your left hand to your right foot, and right hand to right knee, and just begin to gently press that right knee away, which is what the left leg is doing in this posture. All right, we'll take 3 more breaths. All right, slowly release and switch. So now left ankle, right thigh. Grab through for that right leg, around the shin, behind the knee, or perhaps just holding on to that left leg, gently pressing your left knee away as the left foot comes in toward your chest. All right, 3 rounds of breath. And so after that third breath, release your feet down to the floor. Step them wider than your hips, and then sway your knees side to side. All right, let the knees drop in toward each other. Feet still wide apart. Let your hands rest on your belly. And the next time that you breathe in to the count of 3. Hold the breath for 3. And exhale for 6. Again, inhale to 3. Hold for 3. Exhale for 6. One more breath in this way. Inhale to 3. Hold for 3. Exhale for 6. And then allow the body to come back into regulating the speed and volume of your breath. Take one arm up alongside your head. Roll to that side. Pause, resting on your side. Take a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, press yourself up and into your seat. And so as you come into your seat, we'll take our palms together in front of the heart. As we bow to the light within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Thank you again for practicing with me today. The next live I'll do, I think, is on the 1st of January. That one's going to be at 9 a.m. Central. So these last few months, I've mostly been doing Saturdays, but in the new year, it's going to go back to Wednesday. So Wednesday is 9 a.m. Central. See you again sometime. Bye.